What's up, Bear Nation? It's Bear with BearIndependent.com, but you already know that. We're going to talk a little bit about chest rig philosophy today, specifically the Mayflower rig by Velocity Systems. Recently, I did a video titled Body Armor for Preppers is Stupid. Got a lot of views, got a lot of comments, most of which are productive, some of which were people just vomiting their emotions all over the comments section, predominantly because they didn't watch the entire video. And the point that I was making in that video is that you don't need me to tell you whether or not you need body armor if you're doing your job correctly. Body armor, the need for, is situational, and you're not always going to need body armor. And that if you're doing an appropriate job during your planning phase of whatever it is that you have going on, you know if you need body armor or not. So, not my job to tell you if you do or don't. But it begs the question, if we're not wearing a plate carrier to carry our stuff, what are we wearing? And that's where the concept of chest rigs comes into play. So I have many different chest rigs from a lot of different manufacturers. Most of what I've run to this point has been Condor, and people will say Condor's airsoft gear. You know, it might have started that way, but I believe in many places you can buy it on base. And a lot of their gear, while not as good as American-made stuff, works. It works, especially if you're on a budget. But what are some of the key differences between, say, Condor gear and something like this Velocity Systems Mayflower? So let's turn this over here and look. The first thing is the shoulder straps. See how thin these straps are? That's a good thing. And a lot of people will think, well, I want a lot of padding up here. In my experience, you actually don't. And that's for two reasons. The first is, if you have a thick shoulder strap on your chest rig, when you shoulder a ruck or even a day pack, you have a lot of stuff stacked up on top of your shoulders. And they don't stay stacked perfectly. They will wiggle around and move until your shoulder straps on your ruck basically slide off your shoulders. If your chest rig straps are running here, your ruck shoulder straps will slip off to the side over here. I find that less than ideal. It's not very comfortable, and you end up with a bunch of stuff stacked up. Also, if you subscribe to this school of thought where you're going to run a slick plate carrier, which has shoulder straps, plus a chest rig, which has shoulder straps, and then a day pack or a ruck, which has shoulder straps, you now have three things on top of your shoulders, all competing for real estate, all sliding and moving that slide all over the place, and it becomes real sloppy real quick. You walk a mile and all your stuff's all messed up on top of your shoulders. So these thin shoulder straps are good for that reason. They're also good because, and an upside to the Mayflower versus the Condor, they're also good because it's an encouragement to not overload your chest rig. See, the issue with plate carriers and with something like the Condor or other types of chest rigs is there's a lot of real estate. And because there's a lot of real estate, people put a lot of stuff in there. If you have a pouch, you're going to put something in it. If you have a molly field, Pal's webbing, you're going to hang something on it. It just happens, right? Next thing you know, you've got a 40-pound plate carrier, a 30-pound chest rig. That's not always the best case scenario for us, right? Firepower versus mobility. Shoot, move, communicate, sustain. If you can't move in your kit, you might as well not be wearing it, which gets back to the idea of a chest rig. And so I wanted to show you quickly how I've got this one set up, and then for the patrons, pay attention to the end. Okay, so this is not staged. This is what I run every day on the homestead. Okay? Okay. So, first of all, straps, like I said, they're thin. I've got a blood type patch on the back over here. I've got the microphone for my two-way radio, which is a Yaesu, right here on this strap. I've got the antenna for said radio mounted up through this stretchy stuff. And then I've got a Condor knife and tool El Salvador pterosaur knife on the shoulder strap. This is basically like a full tang Mora copy made out of carbon steel. Let's see, what does that say? 1095 HC, high carbon. Good knife. Don't know if it's sharp enough to shave with. Not quite. A couple hairs. But good everyday knife. So that's what's on the straps. I've got 4 40 round M4 mags across the back. 40 round for reasons. This gives me 160 rounds of ammunition, or 5+ mags on this shingle right here. Then in the middle, I've got 2 Glock mags like so. They have ball ammo in them for training purposes, because you should be training in your stuff. It has these 2 front pouches here, front pockets here. In this one, I've got an ace bandage, as well as some hemostatic agent. Can I get it out? Right here, Celox gauze. So for wound packing purposes, obviously, I've got a Cat Gen 7 out front, loud and proud, right here, Cat tourniquet. In this pouch, I have some medical tape. I have a space blanket right here. I've got some moleskin for your feet, for rucking. And I've got a triangle bandage for all the reasons. And a little tiny roll of Curlex. So some boo-boo stuff, general maintenance stuff here. See if I can get all that back in there. It's medical stuff, but it's not blowout kit medical stuff. In this pocket over here, I've got my Ruger SR22, and this is for, it's a 22 long rifle. There we go. For homestead pest control. Set that aside because I got tired of shooting rabbits and possums with expensive hollow point ammunition for my sidearm. And I've got in here, I've got a compass, a Sunto map compass, and a star flash signal mirror in here, and then a Bic lighter for fire making, whether it's for you know, self-enjoyment like a cigar or something, or it's for a survival situation. These pouches here on the side have a little mag pouch or something here, and I've got a multi-tool here as well. This is the Gerber Multiplier. Predominantly what this gets used for is to cut the metal, the baling wire on hay bales for feeding the cows every morning. But it, you know, it's got stuff. It's got some screwdriver bits, a knife blade, a file, etc. That lives in there. I've got a beaner with my Mechanics brand gloves on here, and I've got a flashlight, forward facing flashlight, triple F. Right here, it's got a rear button on it so that I can, if I need to, I can flip that on and be hands-free with a little bit of light off of my chest rig. The corresponding pocket on the other side over here, I have a Yaesu FT65 radio right here. This is basically a rugged Baofeng UV5R. It costs about 2.5 times as much as a UV5R. Has significantly better battery life, about 3 days on a full charge with the extended battery, receiving and transmitting. It's much more weatherproof, much more dust proof. Doesn't crap out on you like the UV5R does. And so that's what I've got on this side pocket over here, like like so. Let's see if I can sneak that guy back into there. There we go. And then on the bottom, down here on a dangler, you see, got attached to the back on a dangler, I've got the ARC Advanced Ripaway Kit from Refuge Medical. And this has another cat tourniquet on the bottom. Pop this open. I've got shears, decompression needles. I've got chest seals in here, duct tape, wound packing gauze, hemostatics, like an actual blowout kit for like actual medical emergencies. Down here on the bottom on that dangler. And this is what I'm running every day. You can see there's some mud on here, some dirt, you know, some hay, because I use this thing like every day. Every day I'm wearing this thing, whether it's going for a ruck or feeding my sheep, feeding my cows, checking my chickens, walking the fence line on the homestead. I've got plenty of combat capability. I've got plenty of casualty care capability. I've got candle. I've got commo. I've got cutting tools. I've got compass. So, you know, it's significant amount of stuff that's on this carrier. As shown, all loaded out, this is about 18 pounds. And I could slick this down if I wanted to. I could go to 30 round mags, drop that pistol out of there, save 3 pounds right there. Remove the blowout kit if I wanted to, save another couple of pounds, right? So I'm down to, with that, I'm down to a 13-pound kit. Lightweight, portable, good to go for a significant amount of capability. Now, stand by, because I want to show you guys something cool. All right, so it's not my intention to ShamWow anybody that doesn't want to be ShamWowed. So hopefully at this point, you've learned a thing or two about chest rigs and setup and the philosophy of use for a chest rig, right? The reason we have a chest rig is to carry stuff around while not necessarily be wearing armor, or run your armor slick, throw your chest rig over the top of it. That way you have the muscle memory, the automaticity of where all your stuff is, regardless of whether or not you have armor on. Everything's in the same place all the time, always. So lots of utility to chest rigs, and I've found the Velocity Systems Mayflower to be a good one. I've been running it about the last 60 days or so. My brother Yankee has one. He has been telling me for a year that I needed to go ahead and get one. And then the training that we did with Rex and Saw out in North Dakota really hammered home. Not every scenario requires a plate carrier, especially when you have to do a lot of movement, right? Ounces equal pounds, pounds equal pain. And so if you're carrying a bunch of weight that you don't need to carry in order to fulfill the mission requirements, shame on you, shame on me, right? So resolve to do better, thus the chest rig. Now, for those who are on Patreon or want to be on Patreon, there is a link in the description of every video and live stream. It's $5 per month. It's the best $5 you can spend on the internet. Now, I will do a separate post on Patreon that will give you the instructions that you need to follow in order to be entered into the loot box drawing for this. This. It's all of this. This is over $1,000 retail worth of gear. So here's my Velocity Systems Mayflower in the back. Here's another one. Brand new. Ready to go. Brand new out of the box. Even still got the sticker. It's still got the sticker in it. Mayflower by Velocity Systems. Okay? So brand new chest rig. Couple $100 value there. Plus 4 30 round PMags. That's about $50. That gets us to $250. Plus 120 rounds of IMI M855 62 grain LAP. I don't know, what's that, 50 cents a round or so, so $60. Call it $500 right there. No, $250, $300 right there. Plus a brand new Yaesu FT65 in the box with a push to talk mic and a Nagoya antenna on it. That's a couple $100 right there. So that gets us to 500 doll hairs plus a Refuge Medical arc, brand new advanced ripaway kit, unused, unissued, brand new arc. See that right there? Made in the United States of America. Of course, you guys know your promo code is BearNation at Refuge Medical for free shipping on everything in the store. And a dangler so that you can run this on your chest rig or your plate carrier if you like. So these are done by Sojourn Gear, our brother Cody at Sojourn Gear. So that gets us up in the neighborhood of $800 right there. Plus, but wait, there's more. Plus a Surefire KE1G EDC L1T handheld flashlight. About $100 right there. 900 plus a compass and a signal mirror right here. 950. Burrito blanket and some moleskin. All right, for your feet, keeping after your feet. A little bit of paracord, you can shove that into a pocket if needed, so you have some cordage on you as well. We'll stay with the 950 right there. Plus a brand new Condor knife and tool, pterosaur, still in the plastic. Another $50. Call that 1,000. Plus a brand new Gerber. What is this? The MP600 XLT Lariat 4x4 Odin Mini L2 Shockwave. It's about $100 right here. Replaceable jaw insert as well. Yeah. Why won't you open, you bastard? There we go. Got to break it in. Brand new Gerber. And this particular Gerber is made in the USA. So it's got the little sheath, MOLLE compatible sheath as well. All the things that go with it. A little wrench for replacing the jaws. So about $1,100 in retail value. And that is as a thank you to the patrons for being the economic engine of the Bear Nation. I bought all this stuff with my money, other than the ARC from Refuge Medical. There are some perks of owning the company. I told my team, hey, I need an ARC with a dangler, and they're like, yeah, roger that, boss. What color? It's like, how about coyote? Because if it can't be Marpat, it might as well be coyote. So, but the rest of this come out of my pocket, and you all help keep my wallet full over there on Patreon. It's a value exchange, and so I appreciate y'all. So you have an opportunity to basically win your version of Bear's chest rig over on Patreon. The only thing that I didn't put in there was pistol mags, because I don't know what kind of pistol you run, and hopefully you got a couple spare pistol mags if you got a pistol at all. And I can't send you a 22 pistol. That's just not gonna fly. But other than that, you got Bear's version of the Mayflower from Velocity Systems. So if you're on Patreon, you'll see the post over there. If you're not on Patreon, you'll have an opportunity. We'll close the drawing at the end of this month, the end of September, and one lucky winner will get $1,100 worth of loot, epic loot drop, per the usual, over on Patreon. So hopefully you learned something, and as always, interested in your comments down below. Y'all have a blessed day. Shalom.